Welcome back to Autism Live. We're so excited that we have joining us our very special guest, Mike Hipple, via Skype. And as I mentioned before, Mike uses Augmentative Assistive device to communicate with us. And he's a trailblazer is what Mike is. He is someone who has been very open. He's quite the advocate for making sure that we give these devices to our kids to help them to be able to have functional communication, to be a part of things. And we asked you yesterday if you had some questions that you wanted to write in. We got the questions. For whatever reason, there was a little bit of a delay on them. So Mike is just getting the questions this morning. So he's going to be answering as we go. And we're going to give him the time to be able to do that because what he has to say is deeply, deeply important. So first of all, Mike, welcome back to the show.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever and whenever you are in the world you are watching from. Thanks for having me on again, and I hope you had an amazing time last week with Jim before he is in school again.
We did have a good time, and thank you for asking, and thank you for being so inclusive of all of us, no matter when they're watching, where they're watching.
I was on to at a communication device camp that my two best friends run, and me, my amazing mother, and 5 of my best friends help at the camp. The camp is called Authentic Voices of America at Whitewater University of Wisconsin campus.
Should we start to get into some of the questions that I sent you last night? Okay.
We wrote the book this year in 5 days, and to my surprise, we did it. Thank God the campers were so amazing and hard workers.
Yeah, I saw some pictures that you had on Facebook of the camp. Is there anything else you want to say about the camp before we move on to the questions?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Say whatever you want about the camp.
Teen campers with all different abilities. Some of them are amazing at using their communication device. Some of them are still working at using their communication device. And some of them didn't want to use their communication device. I always work with a camper or campers who will not use their communication device. By Friday, they want to use it. It always put a smile on my face. The book has a lot of amazing parts to it. Maybe during Christmas month, somebody will win a package with it. I like to talk about the Rock for Autism event for our iPads project that Kiwanis have. This is our 2nd year of doing this, but this will be my 1st year of helping with the project because I just joined a chapter of Kiwanis in July.
Okay.
Today, the whole chapter of Kiwanis, Wisconsin, and Upper Michigan given away over 600 iPads. They raised over $270,000 for this project.
I love that. They're giving away all those iPads.
Or Upper Michigan, who have a child, who have autism, or know someone who have autism. The application for the iPads are on the website, which it is www.kiwanisautismproject.com. 2 amazing mothers who had a golf outing this summer for the project. Their story was so sad. My friend Jean met with them late in June. To get the check from them, they told her why they wanted to give us the money. They were neighbors, and one of the child have autism, and one of the second child, the neighbor boy, would play with the child who have autism. Sadly, the child who have autism died a few years ago. If you are in my area and you would love or need iPad for your child or your student, email your application to me or Jean Long. Jean's email is jean@longmoving.com or my email is mike4@new.rr.com. For the people who living out of Wisconsin and you think that this is an amazing idea, you can join your local chapter of Kiwanis and ask them to do this idea. The person behind this amazing project is a grandpa who have a grandchild who have autism. He was the Kiwanis governor of Wisconsin and Upper Michigan from 2012 to 2013 and a great-grandpa. I haven't got to meet him yet, but I am sure that we will meet soon. Let's talk about the school year. To answer a question from yesterday, why did my child act out? She or he starting school tomorrow or next week? If the parent who asked this is watching today, I have a question for you. After your vacation or the weekend, do you want to go back to work?
That's a great question, Mike. It's a great question.
It's good for you, but most of us will say no way.
Yeah.
I know last Friday, I was going through in my head everything that I need to get done before the school start in Appleton, Wisconsin, and my own class in college. It is a lot of things that I need to get done. I am taking one day at a time, so I don't get overwhelmed myself. Just take one day at a time. Like I always tell my students, parents enjoy their good days, but learn from their bad days. Join a club at their school. If your child like to watch football games or soccer games, take your child and one of their friends to a high school game and be away from your child so they can be like anyone else at the game. If your child is in 6th grade and up, important 3 things to put in their IEP. They need to have CBI, that is when the CED teacher or the speech therapist or the occupational therapist take your child out of school to the real world to work on telling the person at McDonald's what they would like to have and paying for their meal or learning how to ride the city bus. That is so important because it is likely that your child might not drive a car. And most high school students without any disability never learn how to ride the city bus, how to cook, how to read maps and manuals. Me and my best friend were riding the city bus with the CED classroom at our high school with the CED teacher and my amazing aide. We were talking about why they don't have a class for every 12th graders on life skills. No one could come up with that answer. The second thing that you need to make sure that it is in the IEP is they can't take walk during the school day. Write in the IEP that the walk can only be between 5 minutes to 8 minutes long. You will thank me later, because some of the students will argue with their teachers, how long is my walk today? The third thing that you need to make sure that it is in the IEP is they can eat lunch in a different room and a yelling cafeteria. I don't know how anyone could eat their lunch when everyone and their brother is talking or yelling at someone.